Our goal with America's Best Restaurants is to help these people. One of the reasons I created the brand America's Best Restaurants years ago was I wanted to create a brand that restaurants could affiliate with, associate with, that consumers thought of something instantly. Everybody has different tastes. Every restaurant has good days and bad days. Every business has good days and bad days. What I realize every one of your restaurants needs is one simple thing. You need more frequent customers. Matt Plapp is the visual of most of what people see with our company. You have to figure out the same thing. Good morning.
Good morning.
So just like David said, he didn't do the work for Avery. We didn't do a lot of it, probably half of the marketing because that's what he pays us to do and we run everything he does. But at the same time, he listened at a high level. Like, I'm not joking. If I texted him a picture today and said like, hey dude, saw a guy in Vegas who chopped off his left pinky and painted his face red and his sales doubled and he did a Facebook Live, the next day he would do it. When him and I text, who in here has texted me or messaged me on Instagram or my cell phone before? Jeff, Tracy, do I reply? With honest feedback, sometimes giving you shit? Sometimes too honest. Avery's the same way, and it's funny. I watch the businesses. Jeff never did video. He did it a long time ago, then he started doing it a little, then he went away, and then we kept talking. Now he's on video all the time. He's like an OnlyFans guy on Facebook for restaurants. For me, you're my OnlyFans. And he listens and takes action. And that's a big thing that matters a lot, because just like I have a personal trainer that sends me my workouts, I still have to do them. He programmed it. He gave me the vision. I still have to do them. I still have to also monitor what I do with my sleep, with my stress, with my eating. Avery is a unicorn. He takes massive action. Where the hell's my Starbucks, bro? Like, what is this shit? Uber Eats. So today I want to talk real quick about something a lot of you asked yesterday, because afterwards and then last night and throughout the day, a lot of people walked up like asking me about what we actually did. And I was confused by your company. I didn't know you did this. I thought you did this. So I want to spend a couple minutes real quick, then I'll get into this about our company and who we are and what we do. So my company is America's Best Restaurants. Our goal with America's Best Restaurants is to help these people. Everybody in that picture is smiling, even the hard-ass young kids down here on the end trying to look all cool because they don't want to be on the gram looking like their mom sees them. Everybody's smiling. These are the people that for your restaurants every single day show up and work their ass off. One of the reasons I created the brand America's Best Restaurants years ago was I wanted to create a brand that restaurants could affiliate with, associate with, that consumers thought of something instantly. If we were to rewind the clock 25 years ago, and I told you, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri, after season 1, would anybody here know who the fuck that was? No. But the minute you hear America's Best Restaurants, a consumer hears my favorite taco place is going to be on America's Best Restaurants, or they have the sticker, or they're on the website, or whatever it is. That was my vision. What happened to really hammer it home was in 2020, I looked at what happened to restaurants during COVID. And I watched all of the big brands dominate. Vegas, for example. Was anybody in Vegas the summer of COVID? Not really. How many casinos went out of business out here? None. These dudes were remodeling. They were like, oh, let's get a new carpet. Nobody's here. You know, the guys that own Caesars had I think they have 15 properties. They only opened 4 or 5 of them 6 months later. They have FU money. And so when COVID hit, I had a friend of mine in the restaurant business that called me up because I had created the ABR brand years earlier. We had 3 separate companies, which is a terrible idea. And he's like, hey, Matt, imagine if 3 years ago you would have had the balls to do what you wanted to do with ABR and help independent restaurants get their story out. Give them a differentiator, because Starbucks has that green logo. They have a lot of money. They don't need somebody to help them. They just stroke another check. But your restaurants need something to differentiate. So that's why we created this. And that's why we spent last year $4.9 million. And it's funny, I had somebody the other day was like, I can't believe you guys charge to be featured. I'm like, so can I eat at your restaurant for free? You know, it's a marketing company. 1 out of 4 restaurants qualify. We literally on a weekly basis have 10 people in our office that disqualify 3 out of 4 restaurants that they come across who come across us. Why? It doesn't pass the biggest test. Would you eat there every week? They look at Google, they look at Yelp, they look at their website, they look at social media, they look at the owners. They actually get on a call with owners. And it's funny, I'll hear them walk out and go, hey, thank God we don't want to work with that guy. Jackass. And so my goal was to create a brand that people could get behind. One of the other big parts of it was Yelp. Like Yelp, whether you love it or not, maybe not as much now, but 5 years ago, had every eyeball of every consumer. They were found when people looked on Google for stuff, when they got online, when they looked at their phone to see, hey, where am I at, or what's this restaurant like? Yelp reviews did something. And the shitty thing is about half of Yelp reviews are bullcrap. They're not legit. I saw a restaurant one time, no lie, can't make this shit up. I've eaten at this place every Tuesday for the last 52 weeks. It's always been great. Today sucked, 1 star. And so my vision also was, what if we could replace Yelp with a footprint online that didn't rely on dumbass consumers' reviews? So like on America's Best Restaurants, there's no reviews. If we end up working with you, if we end up highlighting you, and one thing we're rolling out here, I'd hoped through it last year, we just don't have the money. We're gonna roll out an online part where restaurants can be listed on America's Best Restaurants for something really, 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 really cheap, just to be on there, based on you checking boxes. And I don't need a consumer to review it. I don't give a shit. If I tell you that Jeff's restaurant and my team looks at it and says, Jeff Restaurants, Tracy's restaurant, this is a good place, I'm not gonna put reviews on there. Like we've had people say, oh, you ought to do the MP fist bump, my logo. If you ever see it as a fist bump, it's my initials, like how many MPs it gets. I'm like, what's no different than a review? Everybody has different tastes. Every restaurant has good days and bad days. Every business has good days and bad days. And it's like that. So what our company does, so this is our company. And as it says on the top, what I realize every one of your restaurants needs is one simple thing. You need more frequent customers, period. You need people that don't know you yet to find out who you are and become regulars. You need your people that used to come to your restaurant. Who in here has a friend of theirs that used to come to their restaurant all the time? You haven't seen them in a while. It's not because they don't like you, they don't like the food. Shit happens. Kids, sports, traffic patterns, as I'll show you later on, change people. So my whole theory is if I can help restaurants find more frequent customers, that'll solve a lot of problems. But I will warn you, there's a song by a guy named Connor Price. It's called Marathon. It's not a marathon. It's a marathon, not 100 meters. Peter and David are here today. You know, my son Cole, Lisa, Cam are on our marketing team. We spend payroll-wise north of between everybody on the marketing, $450 grand a year, probably. Benefits, all that stuff, travel. These guys come in here, hotels, dinner, flights. There is zero ROI. I don't expect to go home tomorrow and go, good job, David, this happened. But a lot of you expect that with your marketing. A lot of you anticipate that, oh, I made a Facebook post. Something's gonna happen tomorrow. It isn't. You can't just show up at the gym one day every week for a couple months and not expect to be in shape. I always tell people I equate fitness and marketing the same. That if you gained 100 pounds over 10 years, do not expect to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. Expect to have a long, sucky journey. I'm in the middle of that journey. Our company has not made a fucking penny in 5 years. I have lost 90% of the wealth I built up for one reason, to build that brand. And so underneath this, you have the Roadshow. That is a 10-month marketing program where we feature restaurants. We film a full-fledged show. We broadcast it on your Facebook channel, and it does miracles. The other parts are driver acquisition, driver loyalty. Driver acquisition helps restaurants find people. There are people right now scrolling on Facebook in your neighborhoods that if you had the right marketing in front of them, they would give you their name, their phone number, their email, and they would come to your restaurant within a month. It's not happening because you're not asking. My son doesn't get a lot of the shit my daughter does for one reason. Paige will blow me up until she gets it. Cole will be in the hospital before he tells you he's sick. And then the last part's driver loyalty. Loyalty is an important component of a restaurant's marketing. But believe it or not, it's only about 15%. I can't tell you how many restaurants we talk to on a weekly and a monthly basis that have all of their eggs in loyalty. There's a rapper out there that a long time ago said, bitches ain't loyal. Majority of your customers are not loyal. 8 out of 10 people that eat at your restaurant on a weekly basis are not loyal customers. And so these are the 3 things that we hope doing underneath the acquisition. There's also catering. Shaheen's background when he had his restaurants in Cincinnati, big with catering. Everybody knew his taco bar, man. And so there's a lot of opportunity to find people to do that. But enough about me. Let's talk about me again. So let me ask you, what was she wearing yesterday? You remember? What color was her shirt? What did it say? You have no clue. You're not gonna be telling her? Oh, you can't tell him.
You say it doesn't
Doesn't know. What was she wearing yesterday? Does anybody in here, besides a female knowing what a female was wearing, know what the person next to you was wearing? Probably not much, right? Couple? What was I wearing yesterday?
Orange. Orange with a pizza. Orange pizza. Orange shoes.
Today, I got my Air Donuts custom made that match the donut shirt with the orange jacket. Why is that important? Because I stick out. Your restaurant's I am our marketing. Matt Plapp is the visual of most of what people see with our company. You have to figure out the same thing. There's a lot of you that don't have that brand. When I landscaped, it was kind of funny, a buddy of mine got mad at me a couple weeks ago. He saw a picture of me doing some landscaping at our office in a pair of Jordans. He's like, dude, why don't you wear construction boots? I'm like, I got 35 pair of these. Like, they're not garage kept. I work out in Jordans. I do landscaping in Jordans. I speak in Jordans. I ruin them and I go through them. But when you see me at Home Depot, I am in orange. When you see me at the gym, I am orange. When you see me at my pool, my towel is orange. I want you all to embrace that because that's why you're not sticking out. I promise you, if I went to every one of your neighborhoods and followed you around for the week, you'd be wearing somebody else's shit. Nike ain't paying you. Apple ain't paying you. Like, I love that shirt right there. It's fucking cool. I'd wear it every day. Why do you think Avery Ward wears that pizza shirt? Me. Now I'll play a little video for you. We're gonna kick this off with some fun. This is my friend Els from Belgium, who actually made these shoes for me. She makes custom Jordans for me, makes them for some of our clients. So this was a few years back where she had seen me do this. I have no training at all. It started one night at a company party where I did something crazy. I'm like, I bet I could kick that hat off your head. And then afterwards, they're like, man, that was pretty cool. You did karate? I'm like, no, that was fucking luck. So I continued to do it. And then recently my wife told me to stop doing it. So I haven't killed anybody yet. Did that get your attention? Hell yeah, a lot of you were like, oh shit, did you hit her? I did find out that what we do in America doesn't play well overseas. Els is from Belgium. She lives in Antwerp. And when that video went viral, that was in 2019, I think. When that video went viral, like when we put it up and then she shared it, it went viral in her community. Like people were like, oh, I mean, that abuse towards women is not cool. Like, and I'm like, what? Like they just looked at it differently. Like, you were trying to kill her. But I was like, okay, you know me. Call me the Ray Rice of Kentucky. So there we go. I got your attention. Today I want to talk about and continue to talk about the attention plan because I just made that shit up a week ago. I've always talked about attention, a marketing plan. Anybody ever heard of an attention plan? I had never heard of it. I'm like, fuck, I could make that thing my own. I could write a book called The Attention Plan. It'd be different. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. An email, what do you want it to happen? Get their attention. Text message, attention. Facebook post, attention. TV commercial, attention. Billboard, that's all it is. So you've got to fall in love with the word attention. We're going to talk about the attract, build, retain concept. The idea behind how that can take things to a new level. You want to attract attention. You want to build a relationship. You want to retain people. I luckily found Christy 29 years ago. I got to know her over a few years. 5 years later, we got married. 2 years after that, we had kids. One of them graduates from college tomorrow. I somehow retained her, even though I'm an idiot. So a lot of your restaurants are going to have good days and bad days. If you do things right, you'll retain your customers. The 5 funnels. We're going to talk about some examples today. The attention funnels. You have to dominate your in-store marketing. The easiest thing to do inside your restaurant is to have conversations. David Slaughter, how often does Matt Plapp and Christy Plapp cook at home?
Rarely. Only when I'm in town.
David is the only employee that stays in my house. He's like a son. And so when he comes into town, my wife cooks. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? We eat out every meal. In fact, before I came up here, I saw a text message come through. My wife had just ordered her acai bowl and her Reese Cup Better Blend at Better Blend in Florence, Kentucky. We don't cook at the house. We eat out a lot. I am easily a case study for all of you if you want to know what not to do and how to do it. Restaurants do not engage customers inside their 4 walls. A restaurant I'm going to show you today, Barleycorns. I've been eating that since I was a kid. My dad had Joe and Ken Heil insured in the early 80s. I've been eating buffalo wings at this place since 1984 that I can remember. I walk in there every week wearing the color. Not a single fucking person knows my name. Now, I don't expect them to be like, oh, Mr. Plapp. Like, you should know who I am. I eat at your restaurant. I wear the same crap. And at many times in my life, I've pulled up to their place in orange cars. It's pretty easy to notice. The inbox. You should know how to get in people's inbox. You should know how to slide into your customers' DMs. Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, email, text message. It gets attention. People use it every day. Who has checked email today? Everybody has. Your customers have. Their kids have. Their parents have. Dad, did you check email yet today? About 45 times. There you go. Dude's 194. He went to high school with Noah. He's using his email. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn should all be something you are relevant in. You are getting attention in. You should be putting effort towards. Online in your community. Community is a huge one. It's the one that just drives me crazy. I saw it as a kid. My dad had Plapp Insurance. He sponsored Little League teams. He had sponsorships all over the place. His insurance company was ingrained in our community. A lot of your restaurants are supported by your community, but you don't support the community. I'm amazed the number of restaurants I talk to that I'll say, hey, why don't you go to the 5 high schools around you? Go to the 20 coaches at each one of them and say, hey, coach, you eat for free whenever you come to my restaurant. There's a new program. It's called the Coaches Program. We appreciate what you do for our youth and our community. You eat for free. If a coach ate for free once a week at your restaurant, who do you think he'd bring with him? Spouse, maybe mistress, who knows? He'd also probably bring his assistant coaches. I had a restaurant 5 years ago talk about this, took me up on it. Went to the high school right next to him, came up with a coaches program, gave every coach in the school, I think he said it was 28 coaches in that school, a card that gave them a free meal. He said, Matt, within a month, half of those teams were having team meetings at my restaurant because the coach got a $10 meal for free while the other people all paid. They started having family events there. The team started having events, fundraisers there because he supported them. You all have the ability to do one thing that a lot of businesses can't do. Trade something that doesn't cost you a whole lot of money. Who sells mozzarella sticks? Jeff, what do mozzarella sticks cost? $2.80? Yes. $3. So you have the ability to trade a product that sells for 10 to 12 that has a high value. Quick question. Who in here would love $100 right now? You don't want $100? Damn. Need to roll with you. She must just have it like that Floyd Mayweather money. Okay. So I'm going to do something quick. It's $100. And I don't know when it happened, but apparently Joe Biden's on the 100 now. I swear it's real. Maybe it's something to do with Doge. I don't know. Simple ask. Guess a number 1 to 100. Text Shaheen. That's his phone number. He will not text you back unless you ask him to. He will not call you. He will not bug you. He will not spam you. If you want a chance to win $100, Tracy, why is your phone not out? Why is your wife on your phone? That sounds like a little sketch. She checking up on you? Text right now, Shaheen, he's back there. Do you have a phone? You don't want $100? Damn. Some of y'all are hard to convince. $100. It's real, I swear. Who's on this thing? Franklin. Ben Franklin. Hey, Dad, you were talking about that guy earlier. 1 to 100. Shaheen, David, pick a number 1 to 100. Don't tell it out loud. Just write it down. And then I'm going to have Shaheen tell us who's closest or got it right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Shaheen, give me a name or a number, I guess, because I didn't tell him to give you a name. Give me a phone number that wins. 2514. 2514. My man back here, $100. U.S. currency. You'll find him in the club tonight. OSG. I always want to say OCG. OSG. An offer so good you would feel stupid saying no. Be honest, 100%. Did anybody in here not text? Well, David's wife, so 3 people. Was it a good offer, $100? Was it very low risk?
Yes.
How difficult was it to guess 100, 1 to 100? Was that difficult? Was that complicated? So what I did there was I gave you an offer so good that you said, why the hell not? I then got your data. Yesterday, who in here took the attention audit? Who in here went to a web page that had something to do with us? Every single one of you are pixeled. I can retarget you based on what you did or didn't do on those pages. If I wanted to, in this instance, Shaheen could text every one of you, thank you for entering. He could say whatever he wanted to. But it's all about getting data to build a relationship. If I ever find out Christy Cresswell's name, she never becomes Christy Plapp. And then the last part is retain. Because what would happen if Shaheen became a jackass and started blowing every one of you up with a text message the next week or 2? Hey, what are you doing? How you doing? Ready to buy something? What's your name? Where are you from? We'd lose the reputation. We wouldn't retain you, and we would never find you. I can tell you this. that the majority of the people in this room do not work with our company. How many people in here knew about America's Best Restaurants before you came in here? Probably 25%. How many of you work with us? Probably what, 5 or 6 in here, I think? I can promise you in the next 10 years, the majority of you will have some relationship with my company. But like David said, I'm not worried about it happening next week or next month. I'll just tell you that the longer you delay taking action with the right stuff, the longer the results come. But it's all about retaining people. It's all about building relationships. So one of the ways we do this is that while I'm not going to ask all of you to buy something today, while I'm not going to call you, text you, email you, ask you to buy shit, I am going to engage you with other content. I have a podcast. I think I did. That's 883 was the episode a couple days ago. I have 2 on my computer now. I got to edit. It's 5 to 10 minutes long. It's content. Who in here listens? Tracy, how's the podcast? Does it sell you anything? Does it build a relationship? Do you have trust with me because of the stuff I spew in there? I have social media content. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts. Same thing. At some point, you all will get some type of message from us that'll have it going to an Instagram video or a YouTube video for the sole purpose of getting you in that universe. Our social media content builds trust. Anybody watch my content on social media? Do I sell anything? Matt Plapp 7-8 years ago did. Every post was like, buy my shit. And I realized it doesn't work. I want people to be educated on what we do. Either say I love this guy or I hate him. About 2017, I had a business coach come to me and said, Matt, I want you to change something. What? He goes, you wear orange a lot. That's your brand. And he's the one to help me with that. He's like, but you're not a loafers guy. And you're not a golf shirt guy. You're a Jordans guy. You're sweatpants. He's like, start being you. Like, quit dressing how you think a professional, a CEO should dress, and dress how you want to dress. And the other thing he said is, stop being so buttoned up. I hang around you outside of the Matt Plapp online person. You drop F-bombs. You say inappropriate shit. You make stupid jokes. What would happen if a preacher became a client of your company based on the profile he saw online where Matt Plapp was buttoned up and just clean as could be? And then 6 months later, he's at DSP's event and he meets you real in life. He's going to be insulted and offended. He's like, go ahead and get those people away from you. If they're offended that you say something stupid or you cuss or you do this, that, good day. And so that's one of the things I do with my content is try to attract the right people. I write blog posts. There's a post. The puzzle, want to add $100,000 in your restaurant sales. I wrote an article for that. I write every week for PMQ Magazine. It's a pizza magazine. Been writing for 25 weeks for them. I publish blogs. The idea behind that is that I'm trying to build relationships because is everybody in here going to sign up to work with my company in one way or another next week? No. I would really question most of your sanity if that many people did it. Or my shit's way too cheap. There's a guy named Alex Ramosi who actually lives in Vegas now. Marketing genius. Easily the biggest marketing guru that I've ever seen, ever heard. He's got a book called $100 Million Offers, $100 Million Leads. But $100 Million Offers talks about an offer so good. An offer so good you would feel stupid saying no to. And that's one of the things I'm going to talk about today is that's a big element. So here's another offer for you. This is easy. Go to mattplapp.live/promo. You guys go ahead and pass that out for me. mattplapp.live/promo. It's going to take you to a page that has a link to this. They're getting ready to pass one of these out to you. This is what we call the ABR Promo Planner. This is a one sheet front and back that you should be doing with every promotion you do in your restaurant. Take one, pass it down. Don't roll it up and try and smoke it. It's not that. And if you go to mattplapp.live, I'll go back to that, /promo, it goes to an article that I wrote on my blog, and there's a link to it. It's free. You can click it, you can download it. You should print off 100 of them. So let me ask a question here. Who's got a promotion coming up in June for Father's Day? Father's Day, young lady right here in the room. What's your name? Carol. What is the name of the promotion? Oh, is that you? Okay, what's the name of the promotion?
It's a Father's Day promotion at their local hardware store.
Okay, love it. You just checked off the last box, promo and partner sponsor. What are the dates that promotion's running? Whole month of June. Who owns that promotion inside your business? Who is in charge of it 100%? You. Are you in charge of every promo? Pretty much. Do you love every single thing that you ever could do in your promotions? Probably not. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of these things on here. So number one, pretty easy, title and dates. What are we doing? When are we doing? Promo owner, this is a huge mistake. All of you end up owning every promo. Who in here has a high school cheerleader that works at your restaurant? So she probably has connections to the high school cheer team. She probably could put together something for National Cheerleader Day. If you owned that promo, would it land? Would you really be passionate about high school cheerleaders? I hope not. That might be a little weird. She would. Your employees have the ability to own promotions at a high level. Get them involved. Let them share their passion. Quaker Steak and Lube was a restaurant we worked with in Coleraine, Milford, and Florence, Kentucky. My buddy owned all three of them. He had a location, Quaker Steak and Lube, Coleraine. BJ was the GM. He did Walking Dead nights on Sunday nights back when Walking Dead was huge, like 10, 15 years ago. Blew it up. 5 to 8 grand in sales on a Sunday night for people to come watch a cable TV show in a restaurant. And if you walked in and sneezed, they gave you a look and tried to cut you. It worked, not because of BJ. It worked because of the bartender and the one server who were Walking Dead fanatics. They had an entire promotion built. It started off as a one-time event. They wore Walking Dead shirts throughout the week. They would engage customers because if you're a Walking Dead fan and a server walks by your table with a Negan shirt on, Negan! Conversation. You're a Walking Dead fan? Yeah. Have you been to Walking Dead night? I've not. What is that? Sunday night. Prizes, contests, and we all get together and have a good time. It was printing money. Milford's like, game on, Matt, we want the Walking Dead promo. I'm like, why are you telling me? Well, you do the marketing for the stores. I'm like, well, yeah, but our social media marketing is maybe 10% the success of that. The success of that promotion is those 2 employees who are Walking Dead freaks. So of course, just like they wanted us to, we rolled out Walking Dead night at Milford and Florence. Flopped. Did well for a couple weeks because we marketed to get Walking Dead fans. When Walking Dead fans came in that restaurant, they felt no atmosphere. The GM of Milford didn't even know what it was. The employees didn't give a shit. There was no buy-in. So not to pick on you, you're going to own Father's Day, but find promotions and have other people share the love. Ask your employees what their passions are. Peter likes drift cars. If I owned a restaurant and I wanted to do something to maybe get a younger generation there with cars and a car show and maybe go after people that do BMWs and drift cars, I wouldn't go to me. I could give 2 shits. I've never been in a drift car. Peter would. I'd go, hey, Peter, what do you think about this? Oh, I'll own it, boss. That would happen. So you've got this sheet. Last part of that, last 2 parts is a goal and a sponsor. That is genius, having a local hardware company. Get a big green A, give it away. Have them do it on their social media. You do it on your social media. I'm going to show you later on a pet promo that did okay for a business, but it failed on a lot of these elements. Nobody owned it. The employees didn't know about it, and they didn't have a sponsor. They could have partnered with a vet down the street, the dog adoption, PetSmart. And as you go through that, the whole idea of this is there's other things. You can go to that page, there's a video on it. How to attract, what is this going to do? ABR. Are you going to try to attract attention, build data, and retain your customers? All of these, every promotion? No. But you should know which one of these is, hey, we're going for attention. We got a big announcement, brand new menu item. We're just going to try and get people to share this. Boom, mark those out. And then a checklist down here. In-store promo sheet created. That Father's Day promo that she's doing needs to have a one sheet that every employee have in their hands that says what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, who's helping with it, who our partnerships are. They should know what it is. Because I'll show you about the pet day later on. I walked into a place with 3 dogs and they looked at me like I was on crack. Yet all I did was respond to their Facebook post from the day before. They had no clue. In-store graphics created. Who in here buys food from a food distributor? Trick question, every one of you. They have printers. Who in here leverages your beer distributors and your food distributors to print all of your marketing collateral for your in-store? Saves $100 a promo probably. Most of you don't do it. You know why you don't do it? You don't get this shit done quick enough. You can't go to your PFG rep and go, hey man, tomorrow we're doing this promotion. I need 20 copies of this. If you went to them the month before and said, hey, we're doing this. Can you guys help us? They will do whatever you want. You can easily ramp up your graphics. They'll even design it for you a lot of times. Ramp up your graphics if you're prepared. Team swag. All these promotions, Father's Day. How many employees do you have? 33. So something cool you could do is get 33 t-shirts made and get a picture of their father on a shirt. Cost you maybe 10 to 20 bucks. Have them wear it certain days throughout June. People are like, who's that? That's my father. He passed away 10 years ago. He's still alive today. We do this. Like, it'll create conversations. It'll hammer home. It'll bring in the contest. The number of people that do not register for your in-house promotions for the simple fact that they do not know about it. The employees don't know about it. And then last, marketing plan built. I need to change that to attention plan. Little check boxes. The back is kind of a rundown of when I would anticipate you should do it. 14 days out, 11 days out, 7 days out, 4 days out. Big thing at the bottom. How did it work? What did you like about it? And then stats. There's no use in doing a promotion if it's not going to work. If you're going to do something for Father's Day, monitor it. Compare it to the prior Junes. How many email opens? How many clicks? Rank this. How many customers came in because of it? How many video views? You'll notice that social media shares and likes and comments are separate. The reason they are separate is shares is the ultimate form of trust. That when you make a social media post and somebody shares it, they love your brand. When they comment or like, it's pretty easy. It's good, not as good there. If you measure these, imagine if you did 2 promotions a month for 12 months. My public school math tells me that's 24 promotions. And at the end of the year, you sat down and looked at these sheets and said, what was a banger and what was a dog? What didn't work? What worked? Why did this one work? What if we merged these two? Where did we fail? Who in my business kicked ass? Somebody yesterday was talking about, you were hiring a social media person, right? I believe you asked him where he found them. They're in your stores. Every one of you has an 18 to a 24-year-old that would love to help out in a different way, that has a skill set, that if you empower them to do it. So that, again, is the same thing. That's an offer that is so good people would feel stupid saying no to. Did anybody in here throw this away yet? There we go. Attract, build, retain, customer attention funnel. Attract attention, build data, build relationships, retain customers, get some money. Let's go through a couple funnels. Today I want to focus on 3 specific funnels inside of this world. There's probably legitimately 100 attention funnels technically. The 3 most important to me are ones that help you acquire new customers, ones that help you incentivize your frequent customers to come more often or spend more money, and then last is to get lost customers to come back. Does anybody in here doubt that there are not thousands of people near your restaurant that have never eaten there yet? We all know it. Drives us crazy. It drives me crazy knowing that every one of you is not working with us. I know 3 of you have met with my company in the past month about the ABR Roadshow. It makes me want to vomit that you didn't sign up. But I know it takes time. That there's trust factors. Is this legit? Is this right? Are these guys right? There's all these different elements. So the goal is, how do you stay in front of people? How do you make those offers to people that make them want to become a customer? Frequent customers. There's a lot of frequent customers that you have right now that will do whatever the hell you ask them to do. You have customers that have passions for things like Walking Dead Night. Those are the people that came to Quaker Steak and Lube, Colerain's Walking Dead Night. Were the people who were already eating there that shared a passion for Walking Dead. Your frequent customers will increase your margins massively. And then last but not least, lost. There are people, especially since COVID. What's this thing called work from? It impacted all of your customers. It impacted their traffic. It impacted, they used to go to Taco Tuesday here. Well, now I live and work 20 minutes away. I don't drive there anymore. I got a new Taco Tuesday. They are cheating on you with somebody else's Taco Tuesday. Thirsty Thursdays, not your restaurant, somebody else. There are a lot of people out there that are lost. They're not lost because you suck or didn't do the right job. They're lost because of interruptions to their life, interruptions to their pattern, and also the attention. I drive by 6 Chipotles every day. How can you compete with that? That's tough. It's not the greatest food, it's average. Shaheen gets pissed when I take him there because he had Burrito Joe's and Burrito Joe's can teabag Chipotle. But it's easy, it's quick. I drive by 6 every day. When my wife every day reaches out because I'm in charge of bringing food home, she doesn't like people, and she's like, I'm not going out. Been doing with the dogs, been mowing the grass, been doing shit of the house. I ain't going out. What are you bringing home? My mind goes to what had an impact. Buffalo Wings and Rings, Better Blend, Chipotle. Like if you looked at my credit cards, you would see a trend and you could easily stalk and murder me because you'd know where I was. So first, we're gonna go with new customers. This is US 42. This is a road I drive down. My house is way down that way. My office is way that way. That is a restaurant called Culver's. I have driven by this Culver's. I'd be willing to guess 10,000 times. How many times have I eaten there? Never eaten there. Why? Because they offer 2 things I know of. Cheeseburgers and like an ice cream product. I know if I go to Barleycorn's next door and get a cheeseburger, I know what burger I'm going to get. I don't want to risk getting a shitty burger. I only eat burgers once a week. So am I going to risk it? No. Ice cream. They got Graders and Dairy Queen. I know what I'm going to get there. I don't know what the hell a concrete is. Sounds kind of hard to me. I've never been in the Culver's. The idea is how do I get somebody like Matt Plapp that's driving by my restaurant to come in? You got to make him an offer. You got to have a funnel, a system to do it. So I'm going to show you today a simple one. How we got a Facebook ad that got a customer data, it nurtured them and got sales. This is Wooden Paddle. They are a student of DSP. Jonathan and Bree, amazing people. This is a ad that we are running for them and I think have probably for 3 years now. Still runs, you'll see the results, still runs like clockwork. Free pizza. Who in here eats pizza? Who in here would like a free pizza? Would that incentivize you to maybe try a pizza place you've not eaten before? Hell yeah, it would. This is their dashboard. 41,000 engagements on social media posts from this program. 6,789 people took the step to engage in that campaign and say, here's my contact information. You can see 43% of them told us they have never been. We ask a question, before we give you this pizza, because guess what? If I'm going to give you a free pizza, you're giving me something back. And if you do it correctly, consumers will give it to you. Jeff, you're in this program. People give shit up all the time, don't they? They will give you their data. It's not like people think we're going to hack them and like, oh my God, I'm not getting my cell phone out. Those days are behind us. If you give them an offer they like, and then you have a seamless way to collect it, they will do it. The first question we ask is, how often do you eat at the restaurant? Why do we ask that? Because number one, we want to identify who we're talking to and cater the messaging. And number two, I want to have attribution to our marketing. We know that 43% of these customers were not coming to Wooden Paddle. 38.9% stopped coming. So this Facebook ad campaign has gotten somewhere in the neighborhood of 82% of the people that have engaged were not eating. It is sales that were not going to happen without this promotion. An incremental sale has no cost except for the promotion. Your people are already there. Your electric is already paid. Your water is already paid. Your mortgage, your rent's already paid. It's a matter of getting them to come in. So if I go to this next one, I whitewashed it to show you. In the last 30 days, 355 people have opted into this marketing program. 87 walked in and spent $7,425. I can't see what that line, 85 is the average check. $332 is the cost of ads. So if I go to this funnel, they spent $332 in Facebook ads to not only reach people, but to get people to engage and get people to give their data. Of those 355, people gave us their data. Of those 355, in that funnel, 87 walked in and spent $74.25. So if you take $74.25 and you take 80% of those people, which I just showed you, are new and lost. All folks are new here though. 80% of that $7,400 wasn't happening without this ad. So the cool part about that is the standpoint of you now just created $7,400. Let's take 20% off of that. Let's call it $6,000. Take food cost off of $6,000. Let's call that $4,000 for pizza. Take our cost and our ads. Now we're down to $3,000. This $3,000 that they made incremental profit paid for this marketing campaign the next 2 months. I hear people all the time, why don't you buy advertising? Can't afford it. Don't have it in the budget. So if you gave somebody $1,000 and they gave you $2,000 back, I think that's opposite math. A lot of you are stepping over dollars to save a penny. You're not investing. Now I want to go back to one real quick thing here. One thing we commonly hear, you see those frequent customers. Frequent customer, 17%. Frequent customers were already visiting Jonathan and Bree's restaurant. One of the biggest problems we run into with owners is they want to exclude those 17%. And here's what I want to warn you with. Don't ever exclude your best customers from a promotion. Number one, they're your best customers. They deserve an incentive. If Matt Plapp comes and has buffalo wings every single week and happens to get targeted with a Facebook ad, I should get the same offer as everybody else. You're incentivizing your best customer. But here's the other thing. Guess who engages at the highest level on social media campaigns? Your frequent customers. So imagine if you had a Facebook post, and we've done this. We've had thousands of campaigns. We always have restaurants that we won't do this. Now we've gotten to a point where we say, good, you're not a client. 10 years ago, I would listen to clients and go, okay, we'll exclude your customer database, your loyalty, we'll block your Facebook page fans, we'll do a dark campaign. And we would get 1% frequent customers, 99% new and lost. A new customer comes across that Facebook ad, sees a really cool promotion, and sees no comments. It's kind of weird. Exactly. They come across that post and your frequent customers are in the comment section. Best barbecue ever. Love their cornbread. This guy's awesome. Family owned. They are your supporters. Now people are like, great offer. Everybody loves it. I'm in. And so don't ever exclude your best customers. That happens pretty frequently with us. Frequent customers. 3 weeks ago, Better Blend, where my wife and myself and my son spend ballpark $2,500 a month on smoothies and acai. We eat a lot of it. My wife's there right now, pretty pissed about it. Had a Facebook post that went up. It said, National Dogs or National Pet Day, bring your dogs in for a free bowl. Here's the ironic part. David, if we were to go to my house right now, what would Tic Tac have on his beard?
Acai.
We have a Yorkie who's 19 years old. He's blind and he's deaf. Fucking loves licking the acai bowl when I'm done with it. And my wife doesn't want to give him a bath and a haircut because he's so old, and she's real gentle with him. It's like the acai bowl beard. Our dogs, all three of them, Maggie, Dottie, and Tic Tac, every single day lick the remnants of our bowls. So when I saw this, I'm like, that's our jam. So we walked in the restaurant. Ironically, I'm wearing the donut gear. Can't make this shit up either. There's our 3 dogs. The only disappointing was they got there, it was peanut butter and bananas. I could tell Maggie was like, where's the acai, bro? What is this? This is what Dad gives me. Is a new customer bringing their dogs to your restaurant for a promo? No. Frequent customers will. Matt Plapp went out of his way. I might eat, Peter, you're at the office all the time. How often do I have lunch with my wife? Never. You just don't do it. We did this day. We all went there with the dogs. That's my son Cole on the right. My wife was taking the pictures. We went there and spent more money than we normally do because of a Facebook post that targeted a frequent customer, me, with something we are all passionate about, our furry friends. I will say, this sheet was created for Isaac, the owner of that. Because I called him up and said, dude, I walked in your restaurant. Your employees all know me. Like, they bring my stuff to my car. They know me. They have everything down pat, obviously. Looked at us like, why has Plapp got his dogs? This dude, was this guy high? And then I'm like, hey, dog promo. They're like, hey, yeah, what? What? The dog promo. What dog promo? 2 of them walking back, talk to somebody, come back. Oh, yeah. No clue about it. And so Isaac, the guy that owns it's a friend of mine. I reached out to him and said, hey, love the promo. The Facebook post got my attention. We walked in the restaurant. We spent more money. So you drove a visit and incremental sales from your best customers. Your employees had no earthly idea this was happening. And now that I think about it, there's been no marketing beforehand the week before. Nobody owned it. There's no in-store marketing. There's no swag. And so I had some versions of this. I created this for him because he said, Matt, what would you do if you were me? And I created this document. Frequent customer funnel. Your frequent customers are the ones that are going to respond to promotions like National Dog Day. They're the ones that are going to take you up on your loyalty offer. Our acquisition programs we run to drive in-store traffic. When they get into your restaurant, it's your job to make them love you, and it's your job to sell them why to be a loyal customer. So I'm going to give you an example here. You take your best customers, you give them an excuse, Dog Day. You then give them an offer that's so good they can't say no. For me, it was spending time with my wife and son and taking the dogs to get their acai bowl, and then you make more money. Here is a little different one. This is inside of our driver loyalty. This is called a smart offer. This is where we take the loyalty database that exists, we identify people based on their spend level, and we send them a promotion. So in essence, these customers, there was 94 customers that placed 96 orders over the course of 7 days. And I'm gonna give you a couple things that happened here. Number one, this smart offer was programmed to go out in a 7-day window. Does everybody in here open their emails Sundays at 3? So why do we all send our emails at the exact same time to the entire database? Everybody has patterns. So our system with smart offers has a thing called smart send, where if you're in our system for 90 days and you open your emails Tuesday at 3, but you're a 9 a.m. Monday and you're a Sunday, this smart offer goes in the 7-day window and you get sent the promotion when you're most likely to open it based on your historical open rates. And so now your 7-day clock starts. But here's another thing, is that this offer isn't a discount. It is when you come in this week and you spend this incremental spend. So let's say, what's your name? Archie. So let's say he spends $20 on it. What's your name? Monique. And she spends 30. They're going to get the exact same email except one thing. Different day, different time. Archie's going to say, hey, when you come in this week and spend $32, you get double points. Monique's is going to say, when you spend $42, it's going to give them a dollar amount that makes them come in, spend more money, and change their pattern. Who in here sells appetizers? Who sells desserts? Does every customer buy appetizers and desserts? Who in here has a dessert that is just the bomb biggity? That's unbelievable. What do you got? Yes?
Carrot cake, that's known throughout the city.
Carrot cake, does every customer buy it? If every customer bought it, you'd make more money. So this promotion forced people to come in and spend more money than they normally would. So if I come into your restaurant, I'm like, okay, double points. I got to spend 40 bucks instead of 30. Ooh, carrot cake, $9.99, boom. I try and I go, man, that's good. How have I been missing this in my life? And now, the next time I come back, I not only, one, spent more money at that visit. Number two, I now changed my pattern and I'm going to spend more money in the future. La Rosa's Pizza about 10 years ago sent me a promotion in their email program for a free order of cookies. I didn't know La Rosa's Pizza had cookies. Wouldn't have thought of my pizza joint for cookies. We got the 3 free cookies. They were delicious. I have since ordered those cookies every time I've gotten La Rosa's the past 10 years. In fact, we had a company ping pong tournament 2 years ago. I ordered 7 pizzas and 27 cookies. The guy called me, and La Rosa's is known for not using phones. They are hardcore online. You can't get a hold of stores. The store calls me. Hey, Mr. Plapp, we got your order. It's going to be coming out in 20 minutes. We think you made a mistake there. This has 27 cookies. That's what I want. But you only got 7 pizzas. I'm like, yeah, those fucking cookies are delicious. I need them. Okay. The pizza guy shows up, and he's got these boxes of pizza, and he's got this giant of cookies. They have easily got my money from it. In this case, 94 customers placed 96 orders. This spend bump, normally, they spent $3,800 on those 96 visits. 2,100 of that was an increase in spend because they had to get the double points. David Scott Peters, I ask you again, if consumers come in and spend $2,100 more than they normally would have spent, what is that called? Incremental sales. And incremental sales equal incremental profits. It's money. Take the food cost out of that, probably $1,200 from one email. And restaurants say, oh, I don't have the money to spend on marketing. I can't afford it. Our budget's bullshit. You're screwing yourself by not doing it. Matt Plapp, 8 years ago, had 0 salespeople and a very little marketing budget. I went hardcore, like a lot of you. Today, I have 11 salespeople. I authorized the hiring of a 12th, and we spend north of $1 million a year. Guess what? Our company has doubled and tripled every single year except the past year because I slowed it down intentionally to do it right. When you spend money, you make money. When you invite your frequent customers to come in and spend more money, they will spend more money. And guess what? You'll make more. Next up, lost customers. This picture might look familiar because guess what's to the left here? What's behind that sign, you think? Culver's. Culver's and Barleycorns are next to each other. Barleycorns is one of my favorite restaurants. I remember when 1985, the Chicago Bears won the Super Bowl. The next year, Art, the manager of the Lakeside Park Barleycorns, bet me that the Bengals were going to beat our Bears. Lifetime free wings. Game on, Art. The Bears destroyed. It was like 47-3 or something. The Bengals have always sucked, always will suck. So no, that's not why I'm orange, because the Bears are Bengals. Different story. So long story short, Matt Plapp had free wings. Well, after like a year and a half, my dad told him, quit bringing me, because he had it insured. Stop bringing us free wings. We'll pay for the wings. But long story short, I've been eating there since 1984. How many years is that? 84 to 94, 94 to 2004, 2014. Is that 40 years? 40 years. Is that a frequent customer? Is that a loyal customer? Loyal. I have had one bad meal in 40 years I can remember. Fucking love the place. David, where do we eat all the time? All the time. So the question is, why did Matt Plapp stop eating at Barleycorns for 3 months in 2022? Daughter comes home from college, Christmas break, and she says, hey, let's go to Barleycorns tonight. Swing, game on, let's go. We got dock-style wings. We're sitting there eating. I go, huh? We haven't been here in 3-4 months. Why? When was the last time we came to Barleycorns, Christy? And she goes, your stupid car. What? She goes, we haven't been here in 3 or 4 months. Well, why my car? She's like, are you going to tell me the stay-at-home mom is going to give the restaurant marketing expert marketing advice on restaurants? I can bring it on, mama. She's like, well, about 5 months ago, your business coach asked you what really got you excited to go to the office in the morning. And you said it was driving the Lambo. This is my accountant's daughter, Harper, next to the Lambo, by the way. That's my office in the background. That's me behind there. And I said, driving the Lambo, I loved it. It was fun. It got me going. It made me realize, one, I shouldn't have the car because I couldn't afford it. And number two, it made me realize I had to work harder to actually afford it. And so I started driving the Lambo every day to work. He said, drive it every day. Well, here's what happens. My house is here. Barleycorns is there. My office is there. I can either take all of these stoplights. Anybody ever driven a car like that in stoplights and potholes? It's not very fun. But guess what? This road, the speed limit's 65. This one is 65, but I can get to 150 between there. It's like 4 miles. And so in that time, Christy is like, Matt, you stopped driving on 42 because you drive the Lambo every day to work. When you drive the Lambo, because I have Life 360, you drive like a fucking maniac. You get on I-75, you do 150 miles an hour for 3 exits, you get off, go to your office. She's like, the reason we haven't eaten barley corns in 3 months is because you quit driving by there and they have no marketing to reach you. The only way they were reaching you was you were driving by the sign every day of the week, multiple times. When I stopped driving by the sign of a restaurant I've eaten at for 40 years, I stopped visiting. Moral of the story, they weren't retaining my attention. My pattern interrupt caused me to stop driving down 42. That caused me to stop visiting there. Wasn't the food, wasn't the service, wasn't the hospitality. It was that they suck at marketing. The only way they were getting my attention was their sign. And my car took me away from the sign. Don't have the car anymore, drive down the road again, guess what I eat more often? Barley corns. So lost customers, your lost customer funnel is you have to, one, have a way to identify who has went missing. If your wife didn't come home the next 2 days, you'd probably be like, shit, where's she at, right? But your customers, you have no clue. You have no earthly idea, the majority of you, if your customers have stopped coming. And you don't know if they went from every 7-day routine to every 9, to every 15, to every 30. The idea is you have to have, number one, a way to identify that they're lost. Number two, you have to have a way to communicate them when they're lost. If your wife did go missing, what would you do, Tracy? The first thing, you probably what, call her? Because you have her phone number. And you might even text her so you answer the call. And then you might, if you're my wife, look on Life 360 to see where me, Paige, Cole are. That's the problem with a lot of marketing. Is number one, you don't have the data of the people. And number two, you don't have the systems in place for the data to work for you automatically. And number three, you probably don't take the hardest step and call. Who in here has called a customer recently for either reason? One, you haven't been in a while. Two, it's your birthday. Or three, thanks for your catering order. Not enough of you. Congratulations to the ones that are. Avery calls, his general manager, Winslow, calls every client on their birthday. He called me last year. I'll get a call, I can promise you, in the next 2 days from Little Italy. I picked the phone up last year. I saw Little Italy. Pick it up, thinking it's Avery calling me. Why didn't you call me on a cell phone? Is his phone dead? Matt, it's Winslow, man. We know tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday. And he's like, I know you're going to give me shit for calling you because I know you're not coming to Little Italy 2 hours away from your house, but you're in our system. You're the one that taught us this. Happy birthday. Winslow had a pilot intentionally get his route changed with United Airlines to fly back home to visit Little Italy for his birthday because he got a call. Clients of ours that practice this commonly say that customers go, my kids don't call me on my birthday. And my favorite barbecue joint just did. But the lost customer one is also the same opportunity. This is a dashboard that we have in the back that a lot of you probably have in whatever systems you're using. At least you should. It's got an SOS, 415. Warning, a top member has gone missing. They've already gotten multiple emails and texts from the system. When this pops up, that means the owner needs to pick up the phone and call. I don't know what the hell you might say. It depends on your business. Matt, what's going on, man? You came here 45 times last year. You've not been in a couple months. Did we do something to upset you? Oh, no, man. I just been busy at work. I got transferred. Who knows what it is? This business, this is a place called Smash Park. 647 customers in the last 5 years have been reactivated from this type of marketing for 482 grand of revenue. That 482 grand that was reactivated, David Scott Peters, what is it? It's incremental revenue, incremental profit. There we go. So the reason I showed you these is you have to have a plan to reach people on your promotions, but you also have to have a plan and systems in place to reach people like new, lost, and frequent. How are you gaining the attention of new customers? How are you getting their data? And how are you bribing them to come to your restaurant? How are you giving your frequent customers an excuse to come do something they wouldn't have done otherwise? And then how are you getting people that have stopped coming to your restaurant to come? Imagine if you called a customer and been coming to your restaurant. Hey, Matt, it's Joe Heil at Barley Corns. Dude, where you been? Oh, shit, we haven't eaten there in a couple months. Yeah, I know. Fucking car. There's a lot of opportunities. There's hundreds of marketing funnels. These are a couple of the most important. New, frequent, lost, catering, birthday, charity, loyalty. Who does Dine to Donates? There's so much better ways to do it, like make the charities. There's a lot of cool things you can do, but Dine to Donates and charities are a great way. Sports, nonprofits, different Boy Scout groups, but there's ways to do it from a standpoint where you get them to work for you. Too many times restaurants are like, hey, anybody that dines here tonight, 9 to 10, we donate 10%. Bullshit. Get that charity on the streets and make them work for it. But there's a lot of opportunities to get people's attention. Okay, Last call to action. If you didn't go through the audit yesterday and schedule a meeting, I know some of you did, I would highly recommend you. My call to action for you at this event is not to sell you something, because I honestly don't give a shit if any of you buy from us or not. Not to be mean. Still going to hit my car payment tomorrow. My daughter's going to graduate tomorrow. I'm still going to shoot hoops tomorrow morning at the gym when I get home. But I want to help y'all. So this is a conversation you can have with Shaheen and I. Scan this for free of charge. Me and Shaheen will get on a call with you to review your attention audit. Won't sell you anything. We'll give you honest advice on what you probably are missing and what you probably should be doing, and also what you're doing that's great. Because there's a good chance that all of you are doing some pretty badass stuff. You might not realize how badass it is. You might not know how to amplify it. I do not know how to run a restaurant. I do not know how to do recipe costing cards that are accurate and up to date. But I do know how to get consumers to take an action, and I do know how to help restaurants get attention. Last but not least, David, Peter, Shaheen, whoever, I guess David and Shaheen, can you pass the books out? I got a little gift for y'all. I've got our Vivid Vision, and I got a book. So Vivid Vision is a book written by a guy named Cameron Harold. Who's driven to a vacation recently? You have. Mr. Eller, where'd you go, Mr. Eller?
Palm Springs.
Okay, so you got in your car. Did you know exactly every single turn to get to Palm Springs from your house?
No, I used a mapping app.
Map. Novel idea, right? Yeah. Turn left, turn right, it tells you, except if you're me, I get lost every time I'm in Vegas, leaving this place to go back to South Point. But you had a plan. You were here at this day and time, and you wanted to arrive here at this day and time, right?
ChatGPT, baby, I learned that from somebody.
There we go. Different story, but yes. Shaheen is passing out a couple things. Number one, he's passing out a copy of my book, Restaurant Marketing That Works. It's a good read. It's easy to read on a plane. It's a couple-hour read. It's very simple. I wrote it for people as dumb as me, so I'm sure all of you can read it a lot better. The last thing I'm passing out is called a Vivid Vision. A Vivid Vision is a map that you create of where you want to be. This is our vision to where we will be by May 17th, 2027. The idea behind this is that I have said, this is a detailed look at our company. This is a detailed look at what our company will become by May 17th, 2027. It's got in here what our company team will look like. It's got in here what America's Best Restaurants will look like, the ABR Roadshow. It's got what Driver will look like. It's got our next company headquarters, including the 48,000 square foot building is located on 5 acres. It's a one of a kind. The campus has an indoor and outdoor basketball court, top of the line weight room, pickleball court, and of course an arcade. There's a spa complete with sauna, steam room, hot tub, cold plunge, and recovery room for massage and mobility stations. Oh, and there's work stuff too. The reason a lot of you do not have the support of your employees, we'll get you guys, if you want a copy of it, you can go to mattplap.live/VV. We got some more up here. I apologize, I guess I can't count. I thought I had 100, but you know, math isn't my strong point. But the idea behind this is to give you all something that you can create for your banker, for your landlord, for your business partners, for your employees, for your customers, to say this is what we're going to become. Do you want to be on it? Because anybody can work at a barbecue joint. Not everybody can work at Felix's. And one of the things I find with a lot of businesses is that you have a lot of employees that are working somewhere. They don't know why they're working there. They don't know where you're going. What was the thing we were all told when we were kids? Hey, if you don't watch it, you're going to end up flipping burgers. That was like the biggest thing. It was negative to work at a restaurant. What if you change that? What if they know what Felix's mission is and the vision for the company and where he wants to take it and how many locations or how big a location? And they go, man, there's opportunities here. Now I'm not just making barbecue. I'm making barbecue with Felix and being a part of a team. Most of our employees come to me not because they want to work at America's Best Restaurants, because they want to work with Matt Plapp. If you go to my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, you will see me showing the story. All the dumb stuff I said here is also there. All the fun stuff, all the travel, all the different things we do for restaurants. But we publish this and we give this out to whoever we can give it out to. But more importantly, when employees come around us, like this is what we're working towards. If you're not a positive mindset, if you're not growth oriented, if you're not collaborative, this isn't the place for you. But if you are, and you want to be a part of this vision, it's great. So it's a huge opportunity. Buy the book by Cameron Harold, Vivid Vision. It is a really, really short read, and it gives you an idea on how to create a document like this so that you can empower your team and motivate them and build an empire. Okay, well, my number, I'm easy to reach. You've got Shaheen's number. matt@mattplapp.com is my email. 859-743-248 is my phone number. It's on the internet. You can Google it. It is my actual cell phone number. I'll answer any call, any text message. I'm here to help y'all. I want to see y'all win because I'm tired of seeing fucking Chipotle's and Starbucks and Chick-fil-A's dominate. It's depressing driving by and mom and pop that is empty and the Chick-fil-A guy is 4 blocks down the street at the stoplight taking an order. It's not that good of food. What you all are doing is, what you all do to the community is a much bigger impact, but the problem is you're not getting your fair share. So if you want help doing that, I'd love to help you. That's all I got. I'm done.